Artist Monday 10 audio description. I'm Nicole Reddy, an engagement producer for Artist Monday 10. This is an audio description of some of the artworks featured in Alia Farid's exhibition. The work is presented across 2 rooms at National Museum Cardiff from October 2023 until February 2024. Alia Farid lives and works in Kuwait and Puerto Rico. Her practice ranges from writing and drawing to film, sculpture, audio and installation, and gives visibility to lesser-known histories that have often been deliberately erased. Through her work, she contemplates colonial histories, cultural rituals, structures of power, and the exploitation of natural resources. In Lieu of What Is, made in 2022, explores the use of water as a political tool in the Arabian Gulf and the human relationship to water in the desert. The space in which it is presented is large, with white walls, high ceilings, smooth wood panel flooring, and bright artificial lighting. Upon entering the space, you are greeted with the first of 5 giant sculptural vessels ranging from contemporary to traditional carriers of water. They are arranged in a uniform line, each vessel measuring up to 8 foot tall and about 2 stretched arm span in diameter. They are made from fiberglass and polyester resin, so they are light and hollow, although they look heavy and marble-like, with their shiny surfaces in shades of beige and cream. Each sculpture is equally distanced from the next, with space to walk around them. At around hip height on all the vessels is a rectangular indent representing a drinking fountain, which the artist described as a sink. The first vessel is called a lota. This is spherical shaped with a flared rim. It is slightly wider than the rest, meaning that other sculptures are not visible from front on. Second in line is a jerry can. This is octagonal in shape and the most angular of the 5 containers. On the body of the jerry can is an embossed circle representing a label or a logo inscribed with the words, "Lovely gift from blessed land," and a simple diagram of water sprouting out almost like angel wings with the words arranged around it. This is the only vessel with a drinking fountain on the back. Next is the juggler, which is a bit like a modern-day jug. It has a round body with a tall, narrow neck, short spout, and small handle and a lid that looks like a bobble hat or the teat of a baby's bottle. Fourth in line is a water bottle, like a conventional single-use bottle we would use today. This has a regular pattern of ridges around it and a flat lid. The final vessel is a cylinder-shaped pitcher. The bulbous body forms 2/3 of the sculpture, then this tapers into the neck. The neck is like a thin upward spout and has a rounded handle. In the second room, there are 2 films which run in succession, Chibaish 2022 and Chibaish 2023. This room is much smaller than the previous. It has black walls, a dark carpet, and is mostly lit up by the bright projection of the film onto a large screen nearly 6 meters wide on the wall ahead of you. There are 2 spotlit benches in front of the screen. The sound from the film comes through 2 speakers on either side of the screen. I am going to describe the first of 2 films, Chibaish 2022. This film explores the impact of political violence on climate displacement and biodiversity. It is set in the marsh Chibaish in southern Iraq, where the 2 rivers, the Tigris and the Euphrates, meet. The film follows 3 young boys, Riyad, Jassim and Qasim, who live there. At the start of the film, the boys are shown calling out for water buffaloes. They jump about in the water and wade through it fully clothed. The camera follows the boys moving at their pace. Our view of them is occasionally obstructed by tall plants. The boys talk in Arabic with the artist Alia, who is behind the camera. They are talking about the names of different people who live on the river. Their dialogue is translated into English subtitles which run across the screen and then later in Welsh. The boys are shown individually on a raft loaded with plants. They look out into the distance and then directly at the camera as they row the raft with one paddle. High grasses surround them, giving a feeling of claustrophobia. The film cuts briefly to a short, animated clip of water pumping out of a large pipe into the river. Used and discarded water bottles float and move up the steps. Cutting back to the wetlands, the camera follows the pace of the two water buffalo swimming with just their heads showing above the water. The water is up to their noses and the grass towers above them. The sound of Arabic singing fills the air and the buffalo move through and out of the water, their figures just visible to us through the plants. They are not marked or tagged, they roam freely. As they make their way back into the water, the camera pans away from them, focusing onto the shimmering, silty water. The film is 22 minutes long. When it ends, there is a short pause before it is followed by the second film, Chibaish 2023. Both films are shown with both Welsh and English subtitles.